Let's go over Yoda in Star Wars The Last Jedi. This is Mike Zero here once again. If you guys are new here to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. So as you all know, Yoda, this is the first time that we get to see him in the form of a Force ghost, interacting with another character, Luke, on the planet ahch-to, with some dialogue, of course. Now, recently, writer and director Rian Johnson of The Last Jedi got to speak about the character of Yoda and what it was like during the production process and his feelings of including the character. So this is what Rian Johnson had to say about Yoda in The Last Jedi. So he states, "It really was. I realized Yoda would have a natural place in this. Given Luke's story, it makes sense that his old master would come back and kick his butt to get him back into the fight. That led to the fact that the Yoda whom Luke was at an emotional connection with was in the original trilogy. That's the last time they saw each other. That led me to say, let's recreate the puppet from the original trilogy." He goes on to say, "Neil Scanlon, the creature supervisor, and his team found the original mold and recreated the puppet. Then Frank Oz came back and puppeteered it from a hole underneath the set and doing the voice. It was just like we were back in the early 80s. Frank did some puppet work in the prequels, but the last time he did it with a Yoda puppet was Return of the Jedi." Now, one thing that I do really find very interesting about Rian Johnson's statement here is that he does say this, alright? He actually does say that that's the last time that they saw each other was in the original trilogy, both Luke and Yoda. So, have they really not seen each other in the past 30 years in between the events of the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy? I don't know, guys. I just don't know. I would only imagine that maybe they would explore, you know, some comic books or novels in between those two trilogies. Now, as far as what I gathered from The Last Jedi is that Yoda hasn't seen Skywalker in a very long time because he cut himself off from the Force. But overall, guys, what do you think about the Yoda puppet in The Last Jedi? I know a lot of you guys out there thought that the Yoda puppet looked rather different. It looked far different than that of the one in The Empire Strikes Back. I've been hearing a lot of comments on that. I will say it does look a little different, but for what they could do, I think that they did an okay job on Yoda. They could have done better, in my opinion, but it was always nice to see Yoda. Now, the other complaint regarding Yoda is that a lot of people were kind of annoyed that he acted a little bit too goofy here and there, because in The Empire Strikes Back, Yoda only acts that way in order to test Luke's patience. So I don't think that Yoda's testing Luke with his patience in this movie. They might have just figured, let's add Yoda in a silly character way. But I don't know, guys. Overall, let me know what you think about Yoda in The Last Jedi. I honestly thought it was a heartwarming moment to have Yoda guide Luke and to essentially have those words of wisdom for Luke Skywalker, essentially telling him how failure is the best teacher of all. And I really love that. I thought that was a real moving piece with the Yoda theme in the background. It was great. So overall, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.